Okay, this is Sylvester the puppet. I used to do puppet shows, and he's my dear friend, and he welcomes people to this place. And he's now, I think he's probably 30 years old, and he likes to dance. So he's dancing for you. Da 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 dee, da 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 dee, da 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 dee, da 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 da. Whoa, hey, oh, hey. Da, 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 da. It's a marionette puppet, all handmade. And he's a gentle guy. And this is a carving that I made, totem, sort of to guard the house, but really just because I wanted to make a big carving. There's another one around the other side of the barn, and carved out of pine. And this place is called the Invisible Circus. And there's another carving here. I bought this land in 1980. I bought 20 acres of land for $8,000, and there was nothing but trees on the land, and I timbered the land with horses, and there was an old road in, but it had big trees in the middle, and put the road in and timbered the land with horses and had the logs sawn, and I built the house off the land. So in the boards in the house, I can take you out and show you where the tree stumps were. So I know where the wood came from. It gives you a sense of place, a sense of belonging to the hillside here. All the windows and doors were either homemade or scrounged from used, recycled houses that were being torn down. And it's all funny shapes and different, but it's a funny looking house, but it's warm and dry and it's paid for. I don't owe anybody any money. I don't have a mortgage. And it's given me a great deal of freedom to build my own house. I feel like I belong here, and I feel like I'm part of the land myself. I've been able to live and make art. I've been here for 26 years now. And I've been through 3 different dogs and quite a few cats. And I was married for a while. We're still best friends, but we split up. And my former wife and I get along well. I have 4 stepchildren. And it's been a good life. I also have been lucky. I quit drinking just about 25 years ago. And I've been able to build a whole new life after alcoholism. I'm still an alcoholic, but I haven't drank in 25 years. And that's been good for me. Okay, this is my most recent painting. I'm working on this yesterday and the day before. It's up in Weathersfield. This is about a 400-acre field, and it's really beautiful. There are 2 old farms, the Gilbert Farm and the Whitcomb Farm. And trying to get a real feel for the land and the color, the way the light's shooting across. This is morning light shooting across the field. There are little bands of yellow in between the green. And I really think it's a beautiful spot. I've been trying to paint farms this summer, and part of the reason I'm doing that is because in Vermont the farms are closing at a really fast rate. The farmers aren't making enough money off their milk, and it's very hard. They're paying for gas, it's very high priced gas, and that affects everything they have to buy. And the stuff they're selling is at a low rate. So this summer I'm painting farms. This is the study. Oh, maybe I should wait. This is the study for that painting. A little closer up, you can't see the whole huge field area, but you get a feel for some of the little sections of field from there to there, there to there, there to there, there to there, and then in back of there. And again, the way the light's coming across, although it's later in the day. This is the Gilbert Farm and the Whitcomb Farm. I just think it's a beautiful spot, and to me it's pure Vermont. And I'd like to do a group of paintings documenting farms before they all close. This is the same area, the same two farms, but up a lot closer. They have llamas on this farm here now, and horses, and goats, chickens, and they're both working farms. They cut a lot of hay, and I think it's costing them more to cut the hay than it is that they get selling it. It's also rained a lot this year, so a lot of the hay didn't get in. And I just feel that it has a real sense of the land, the earth, and I like beautiful green Vermont, and I'm trying to document the farms. Okay. This is the Lockwood Farm in North Springfield. I talked to the farmer who owns this place. His son is taking it over. They barely can keep their taxes paid. He let me back into a corner in the field so I could look across. There's a little river that runs between them, several different barns, and I'm trying to capture different light in different places. The way it's coming up across here in the back and a little bit on this field. I like the way everything sort of molded to the land, and just all the different greens. It's kind of a diagonal going across this way, and while I was painting it, the clouds came in at a diagonal from the top down. And I used sort of the contours of the land to give it movement across the page. Different size bushes, so there's sort of repetition and variation, different sizes. And I just really like being outside and painting outside. It's much different than being in the studio, where you can control the environment. There's nothing like being outside and painting. It's much more difficult because you have to deal with the elements and just be out in nature.